few things that have happened along the way and a bit about some of the new technology that's involved in it. So, Dave, I'm going to hand over to you. You've got the map, you've got the bits and pieces.
Yep.
If I can help, you give me a nudge.
Okay, in the irrigation system.
Alrighty. I haven't been in for a while, I haven't played golf for quite a while, and haven't been over here to presentations, so good to be in out of the cold, I must admit. But no, it's all going well. You've probably all seen it over the last 7 weeks with the install going well, and this map's been down in the foyer since things began. It's moving along quite well. The wet weather over the last 2 weeks has slowed progress somewhat, but we are progressing through what I'd say is our worst fairway reasonably well, so being the 13th. So as the map shows, the red lines are the works that have been complete, and orange is the proposed works for the week ahead. We've got all the pipe work in on the 13th now, except for the tees. So these tees will be done. This will be done tomorrow, but the 13 tees will be done when 12 A's close. So, as you can imagine, 13 has been a problem fairway for quite some time, and the 40 odd mil we got 3 weeks ago, followed by the on and off rain we've had the last 2 weeks, has certainly made progress a little bit more difficult over the last week or so. So, we had the big roller out there today. Some of you may have seen it. It was out earlier, rolling the trench line. So 4, 5, 6 especially have come up really well. Really happy with the way they've progressed. The mole ploughing, don't know if anyone saw the video footage of the mole ploughing on the website. That's something that years ago was used for drainage. They now adapted it for irrigation installation. And as you can see, it's certainly saving a lot of work and getting things back into play. So from that point of view, those 4, 5 and 6 are all pretty much complete. They've all been backfilled, compacted down, tested. So all those sprinklers are now working, and yeah, they can be turned on and off from the control boxes, which are all new as well. So from my point of view, the innovation from going from a hydraulic system, so years ago the modern technology was a hydraulic system, so all these sprinklers were run obviously by water, but to control them was also run by water as well. And that was a 4mm tube, and it just had a fine pressure of water in it that kept these sprinklers closed and open and closed. With our undulations and time, those tubes have broken down, you get a build-up of gunk, and they've finally been failing over the last few years. So we're fortunate enough that we're now moving over to an electric system, so we can have an instant on-off pretty much. And we're testing the 13th fairway today, and as quick as you can turn the switch on and off, the sprinkler will come on and off as well. Whereas the old hydraulics, the 13th tee was a good example. In the irrigation program, the sprinklers on the 13th tee used to be set for 2 minutes to water. It used to take 16 minutes to turn off. So it'll build up enough pressure. So you'd quite often walk onto those 13th tees, as you probably know, in the middle of summer, and they'd be saturated. And that was part of the reason. So that was a big push to move to an electronic system and reduce that time delay in having water, having to shut the sprinklers on. So we've moved from this old brass. These have been out there for 32, 33 years, maybe a little bit longer. These are a full brass solenoid valve. So all our sprinklers in the fairways are controlled by these in banks of 4, 5 or 6, and that's a full brass valve. Initially they were all buried, and then about 12 years ago they started putting boxes on them so that they could find them. But that's the state of them as we pull them out at the moment. So you can see, even though brass doesn't corrode too much, the build-up of tree roots and everything else around them certainly inhibits our repairs on them, and but that's the state of things out there at the moment. We've now gone to what would be on that was the brass gate valves. Quite often ours have been missing handles because they've rusted off, so you can't fully open them, can't close them off properly. It's part of an older system, I guess. The new solenoids that we're talking are these full plastic, fully replaceable parts. So you can actually repair these in the ground. You don't have to pull them out of the ground to repair. Fully electric, and then a plastic valve. The plastic valves are only been around for the last 4 or 5 years, but the last 4 or 5 installs of a system like this have put these plastic valves in and had no problem. So from my point of view, I'm pretty happy with what the setup is, but it just goes to show there's smaller setups, obviously plastic, but they're I think going to be a lot less, cause us a lot less trouble. As for the pipe work and components, our current fairway sprinklers are a smaller 25mm or inch inlet, pop up about 2 inches, and when you do see them in the middle of summer, the pressure's not great, but that's what we currently have got. We're moving across. You can see the difference there. We're running a new 40mm inlet. These sprinklers are a full circle only, not adjustable. All our new ones are fully adjustable from, I think they're from 15 degrees to 360 degrees. So they're very good in the sense that fairway edges or problem areas where we can't get the water, will be now able to get the water to those areas. These are also, we can turn these on, every sprinkler is individual on the fairways, greens and surrounds. So instead of seeing banks of sprinklers up, they're all now individually controlled. So from our point of view, that will make efficiency, make things much more efficient, but it also means we can turn these on as an individual head. So instead of seeing sprinklers and hoses out there, we can actually just turn an individual head on in a dry area, for instance. So it just goes to show that the technology is changing. These are all pressure regulated. These are all set for a 65 psi, so every sprinkler puts out the same amount of water under the same pressure, regardless what the inlet pressure is, which is a lot higher than 65 psi. So this is all the new fandangled technology, and it's going to certainly serve the club well for the next, let's hope, 25 years or more. So I'm open for questions now. I'm sure there's some out there.
David, the sprinkler heads rise on the edges of the fairway.